Hello students. Today we are going to talk on argumentative essay. It is an interesting topic too, but you need to pay attention. Remember all the essays that we've discussed? Apply the same rule, but pay attention so that you can distinguish between all of them. Having said that, let's move. As our normal tradition, there must be something you will learn from the lesson. And by the end of the lesson, I expect you to define debate and then argumentative essay. B, distinguish between a debate and argumentative essay. Very important. C, list the features of argumentative essay. D, list examples of argumentative essay. E, write a well-articulated argumentative essay. Exactly. If you're able to grab all these, then the lesson is okay by you. All right, and our materials are from the New Concepts, Book 1, as usual, page 197, and then Junior Book 3, page 95 to 96. That's where our references come from. Okay, then the next thing you ask yourself, what do we mean by an argumentative essay? Ask yourself that question. What do we mean? We have defined descriptive, narrative, expository. Now we are to define an argumentative essay. And we said, as the name implies, this is the type of essay whose business is to argue. Argumentative essay is all about the business of arguing. In other words, the writer here makes attempts to prove with sound reasons the validity of his or her point of view. Your ability to convince whoever that is listening, your audience, your own point of view, to buy your own idea on a particular proposition. The major issue in the argumentative essay is the orderly and effective presentation of reasonable opinions in order to do what? Persuade the reader to hold the same point of view as the writer. Let me repeat myself here. The major issue in the argumentative essay is the orderly and effective presentation of reasonable opinions in order to do what? Persuade the reader to hold the same point of view as the writer. If you're able to convince whoever that is listening to you, kudos to you. But once you are not, you are busy rigmaroling, making a blind argument, you find out that you score 0 over 100. So in any argumentative essay, you must learn to do what? Have or present reasonable opinion points in order to buy over, if I will use that word, buy over your audience to be on your side. Is that clear? The ability of an argumentative essay to successfully persuade the reader depends on its reasoning. What did I say? The ability of an argumentative essay to successfully persuade the reader depends on its reasoning. When you are carrying your examiner along the way it's supposed to be, effective presentation of your points, you find out that you will merit your scores. But once you are just busy rigmaroling, you are not communicating at all. That's what I mean in that line. It must appeal to the reader's sense of reason rather than his or her emotions. Here we are not interested in your emotions. All we need is a reasonable, a physical point, a point that could be justified, a justifiable point in order to convince whoever that is listening to you. An argumentative essay has two sides. It's either you argue for or against the proposition or motion. For you to be able to engage fully in discussing anything of the nature of argumentative essay, you must take a stand. That's what I mean when I said it has two sides. It's either you say yes, you argue for, that is yes, or against the proposition or motion. You say no. What is against? You are saying no. This type of essay is not meant for oral delivery before an audience. Of course, you know before now, when you are involved in a debate you present your opinion orally before your audience. They will listen to you. Your opponent will face you. You defend your points. But in an argumentative essay, you pencil whatever opinion you have down. You write it down. And in so doing, you keep persuading your examiner, your audience. Of course, you take your examiner to be your audience. You have your audience in mind, in as much as your examiner is the only one reading it, but he is representing a whole lot. Therefore, it is not a debate that could be orally delivered. Argumentative essay can never be orally delivered. Rather, it is written. And in the course of writing, you gradually, diplomatically persuade your audience or your examiner that is representing the audience to do what? By your own view. Are we together? Having said that, we now come down to what we mean by examples of argumentative essay. You have already known what we mean by argumentative essay. You have seen what it looks like, the difference between argumentative essay and a debate. Argumentative essay is written while debate is orally delivered. Are we there? Examples of argumentative essay: you have write an argument in support or against the proposition parents should choose careers for their children. This is a pure argumentative question. B, village life is better than city life. An example again: co-education in our secondary schools should be abolished. Another interesting topic: boarding schools are better than day school. Another one: examinations are not true test of knowledge. Another one: women's education ends in the kitchen. You find out that all these are examples of argumentative essay. If you are to take any of them in the part of a debate, of course, all you need to do, you change a little thing, but bearing in mind that you have to present them orally. But as far as it is argumentative, you persuade through writing in order to arrive at your destination. All right, having mentioned examples of argumentative essay, we move to the features of argumentative essay. How do we identify argumentative essay? How do we distinguish argumentative essay from all other types of essays? This is what you ask yourself as a student. You do not start your essay by greeting any audience because there is no audience. I said this before. For your debate, the audience, they are there. They listen to you and how you argued. While in your argumentative essay, through writing, you persuade your examiner who is representing the audience. Is that okay? Another feature, too, you must take a side or stand. This means you argue either for or against the proposition. You must say yes or no. Either you stand and say, yes, I am of the opinion that, or you say no. That is what we mean by taking a side. You argue for or against any proposition. 3, do not conclude by writing, "Thank you for listening." No. In an argumentative essay, you don't end your essay by saying, "Thank you for listening." 4, as in a debate, you do a thorough research of your topic before writing. You don't just wake up and start penciling down anything anyhow. No. You must check very well, check and balance before putting your points down. Number 5, remember that all argumentative essays are based on facts that are verifiable. Just like a law court, you must present facts that are verifiable. It's not the one that you just say, no. Any point you raise, you must make a clear reference and a convincing one. Somebody can take upon it and research, and then it will get him or herself through. Leave out your personal opinion. We don't need your personal opinion when it comes to argumentative essay. You must revolve around the topic given to you. Your personal opinions are not important. It's either what you're saying is the fact, or your points are not having any basis at all. Is that all right? Point 6, make use of connective or linking words and phrases to make your argument more effective. Well, if you have formed the habit of speaking pidgin English, then you can never make out a good essay. Because in any essay, you must link everything one after the other, from the introduction to the list, in a clean English, in a Queen's English, in order to do what? Convince your examiner that you know what you are doing. Number 7, pay attention to the standard structure of every essay. What do we mean? Your essay, to be authentic, it must have an introduction, body, and the conclusion. 8, remember that the purpose of an argumentative essay is to persuade the reader to adopt your own viewpoint, not to go there and fight. No physical exchange of anything. Not at all. Argumentative essay is not a physical fight. It's not even a spiritual fight. It's an argument, and in any good argument, you keep persuading. Make use of your words, your vocabulary, your linking words in order to do what? Convince your listener. Is that clear? Is that clear? Let's move ahead to have our sample essay so that you have idea of what we are talking on paper. Composition, well-written sample. And the topic is a teacher is more important than a doctor to our society. And a student like you wrote what I'm going to read. How many of us students would like to be in school for 5 days in a week without a teacher? How many would prefer to be in the hospital with a doctor instead of being in school? How many people learn to read and write without the help of a teacher? A teacher definitely is more important than a doctor to our society. Below are my reasons. Firstly, a teacher teaches everyone in the society. Nursery school pupils, secondary school students, university undergraduates, even postgraduate students are all taught by teachers. All literate people, both young and old, were taught by teachers. The doctors are not left out. They also were taught by teachers. A society without teachers is doomed. Secondly, everyone knows that doctors are also important to our society. in that they treat the sick. However, without the teachers, doctors would not have been able to acquire the knowledge that made them become doctors. Doctors attended schools where they were taught by teachers. Thirdly, teachers are positive role models for the pupils they teach. The pupils look up to them in many ways, and they learn a lot from them, since they spend more time with them than with their parents. There is usually a strong bond between the pupil and their teachers. Doctors spend only few minutes with people, and that is only when they are sick. There is no such bond between children or adults and the doctors. In fact, children generally fear doctors because they believe they will give them injections or make them swallow bitter drugs. The teacher, by interacting with children on a daily basis, helps to mold them to become good citizens and future leaders. In conclusion, from the points raised in this essay, it could be clearly seen that a teacher is more important than doctor to our society. That is a very interesting sample. You've listened to that. I will urge you to read it and read it. And then the assignment given, you try to imitate Auntie's own way of writing her essays. So now let's examine ourselves and know whether actually we've understood the topic. The instruction says answer yes or no to these questions. Question 1. When writing argumentative essay, it is proper to start with greeting. Question 2. The purpose of an argumentative essay is to persuade the reader to adopt your own viewpoint. Question 3. The above type of essay is 100% the same as a debate. Question 4. Introduction, body, and conclusion are all parts of an argumentative essay. Question 5. Argumentative essay is the type of essay that is orally delivered. Question 6. The major issue in argumentative essay is the orderly and effective presentation of a reasonable opinion. Question 7. Argumentative essay is the type of essay whose business is to argue rather than fight. Question 8. All argumentative essays are based on facts that are verifiable. Question 9. In concluding argumentative essay, one is expected to say thank you for listening. And then the final question, 10. Participating in this kind of essay, one must take a stand either for or against the proposition or motion. Now look at what you have jotted as your answer. If we come to question 1, the answer is no. Question 2, the answer is yes. Question 3, the answer is no. Question 4, the answer is yes. Question 5, the answer is no. Question 6, the answer is yes. Question 7, the answer is yes. Question 8, the answer is yes. Question 9, the answer is no. And question 10, the answer is yes. Yes, I'm sure some will have 10 over 10, some 9 over 10, some 8 over 10, whichever way. But if you didn't score up to 5, then you're not part of this lesson. Is that clear? So judge yourself. Having said that, jot down the assignment. The assignment is already on the board. Write an argumentative essay in support or against the proposition. Boarding schools are better than day school. Have you done that? All right. Having done that, please, in the course of writing the assignment, follow all the rules, and then your essay will be better. See you in our next class.